Everyone wants to know how much it costs to live in Madrid. So today I'm going to take you behind the scenes and give you all details about how much I spend in utilities, apartment, entertainment, fitness, all things combined, so you have an idea of how much it costs to live here. Let's get to work. I want to start by saying where I live and why. And for that, you need a little bit of context. So I lived in Miami before and we moved away because rent was astronomically expensive. Our car bill was really expensive. The bill of having a baby there was going to be a little ridiculous. That plus insurance that we paid for monthly was not something we could do. Point being, we had the opportunity to live in Europe, and there are some things about living here that speak for quality of life, because at this point I think that having good quality of life in Miami is a luxury and in here is just normal. When we thought about moving, we wanted to improve our situation, and to achieve that we thought that we wanted to be somewhere where we didn't have to use a car, somewhere where we could experience the charm of Europe. We wanted to be close to restaurants and bars and the social life, and we definitely wanted to have some supermarkets, healthcare and fitness centers around us available. All things considered, we chose Salamanca neighborhood, and it happens to be one of the most, if not the most expensive neighborhoods in Madrid. I'm not going to lie, it took us a while to find a good apartment that was furnished and that was in Salamanca at a decent price. We used to live very close to El Corte Inglés in Serrano. We used to pay close to 3,500 euros a month, and I was definitely not happy there. We had to stay there though for a few months until we found something better, and after months of research we finally found our place, and we now have a terrace. We have 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and a really comfortable living space for only 2,500 euros a month. Again, you can find better deals in even Salamanca if you're not looking for a furnished apartment, but I think that for a terrace, furniture and a nice location, I'm happy with 2,500 because I wouldn't be paying this much if I lived in Miami. Let's talk more about food and shelter expenses, and things are gonna get a little bit tricky here because depending on the season, prices fluctuate. Starting with gas, in summer months, we were spending about 15 euros a month because we're not using the heaters, of course. But then in the winter, which I think the winter here is about 5 months out of the year, it never goes over 70. But let's say that the average price for gas in a household is 42 euros a month throughout the whole year, of course. Water has always been between 20 and 30 a month, so let's say 25 a month. Electricity. We come from Miami, we're sensitive to the heat, so we do use the AC a lot during the summer months. We also live in the top floor of the building, so we're the first ones to receive all of the heat in the summer. So yes, our bill in August was about 150, and I think in the winter it goes down to 70 euros a month. Let's say that throughout the year you're expected to spend about 100 euros a month in electricity. Since we have a baby and we work a lot, we need some help. So we do have a budget for help with keeping our house together, and for that we spend 240 euros a month. My internet connection comes out to be 36 euros a month. Groceries can be what you want. In my case, if you watch my shorts, you know that I love cooking. So sometimes I do go a bit overboard because I like to buy good meat. We don't eat a lot of red meat, but when we do, we try to make sure that is the best quality. I do spend about 500 euros a month in groceries for 2 people. Nick also eats a lot. I mean, there are options for everyone here. There are luxury supermarkets, there are big supermarkets, small supermarkets, local food, all kinds really. Like, you can really find the best deals. Make your grocery bill what you want. Right now, we can afford this, but if we're struggling, we know that we can reduce this by a lot. Transportation. I spend nothing in transportation. As I told you, I would rather have a bit of a higher rent to live in a really central location where I have to walk everywhere. I actually do get a taxi if I have to go to the train station or if I have to go to Troy's doctor, just because His doctor is a little bit far, and although I want to use the metro for that, I am never ready on time. So I always have to get a last minute taxi to take me there really quickly. So I probably spent about like 30 euros a month in a taxi, which, I mean, compared to how much I was spending in Miami, that is a gift. Now, the single transportation ticket to use the metro is €1.50. The price of a 10 journey ticket transport in Madrid, which I do have that card, the card is 12 euros. And then from there, you can just add journeys. You can also get an official card for the metro and buses and everything. I don't know how much it is. Maybe it's free, and I don't know that. If you know, please leave a comment down below. Now let's talk about healthcare. I love the healthcare system here in Europe. I am so grateful that as the wife of a citizen, I get free care, and that's something that I've never experienced in my life. So sometimes I'm so confused. I remember that after having my baby, I went to the hospital reception and I was like, oh, can I have my bill? And they were like, what bill? This is not a hotel. You can just leave. You have nothing to pay. I'm like, what? Okay, bye. On top of free healthcare, we do pay for private insurance, because when I moved here originally, I wasn't a resident yet and I needed to have health insurance to take care of my pregnancy. So we started paying this private insurance, and now we have decided to keep it because I want to continue with my doctor so I can have more babies with her help. We pay 80 euros per adult a month, 75 euros for our baby, for a total of 235 euros a month. This is how much I was spending for just me in Miami. Just me. And no, we don't have copay. We don't have to pay for anything. Absolutely nothing. Zero to go see our doctor. Let's do a summary of the basic needs to live in Madrid. 2,500 for apartment, 60 for gas, 25 for water, 100 for electricity, 240 for household help, 36 for internet, 500 for groceries, 30 for transportation, 235 for healthcare, for a total of 3,726 euros per month. Now let's talk about additional expenses like fitness. I know not everyone works out and not everyone wants to add that to their budget, but for us it's very important. It keeps us sane. We need to invest in our physical health for sure. But I think that the fitness world here in Madrid, at least in Salamanca, is so expensive. I went to several fitness centers and I just couldn't believe how small they were and how expensive they were. Now, since I haven't been able to find a good fitness center for me, I decided to just do yoga, which also is very expensive. I pay for limited morning classes. I can't go at night. I can't see online, and it's 99 euros a month. I know yoga is expensive, and honestly, it's worth it. My studio is top class, one of the best fitness experiences I've had, so I think it's worth the money. My teacher is just amazing. I love her. So I totally think that this is an investment that I have to do for myself and for my family. Entertainment. We are super busy raising our child and working, so our entertainment means going out on a Friday night to have food or drinks, or maybe Saturdays for brunch. We really like brunch. So dining out at a good place can be about 50 to 30 euros per person. We try to give ourselves a limit with entertainment. We have a 100 euro budget for entertainment every week, and that's the absolute max, so we can't pass it. Sometimes it's 60, sometimes it's 80, sometimes it's 100. Who am I kidding? Sometimes we do pass the 100. If you are into the nightlife, you're not gonna have any problems here in Madrid, because you can have a really good time on just beer, and beer here can be as cheap as 2 euros for a caña. Also, wine is really cheap, maybe 5 euros per glass. So, I mean, you can have 4 glasses of wine. We don't do it, but just so you know, nightlife here is really affordable. Personal care. Nick pays 24 euros at a really nice haircut place. I pay 180 for highlights, 25 for a haircut, and 15 for blow dry. 230 euros to get my hair done, which I do maximum twice a year. For additional costs, we're going to add personal care, which is haircuts pretty much, entertainment, and fitness, for a total of 559 euros a month. Thankfully, Nick plays basketball and that's free. Now, let's talk about the whole all things combined. So apartment, gas, water, electricity, household health, internet, groceries, fitness, transportation, healthcare, personal care, entertainment. That's a total of 4,285 euros a month. And that is without adding baby expenses monthly. I didn't add it in this video because it's not exclusive to Madrid. I'm going to make a separate video for that, but in the meantime, just add about 300 euros to our monthly budget. That's so funny because that's probably how much we would spend just in an apartment in Miami, in a decent neighborhood, but not the best one. So we are in the best neighborhood in Madrid with all services combined and everything we need for 4,239 euros per month for a family. I think that's pretty good. We have gotten feedback before that we could live here for a lot cheaper, and I'm aware of that. I know that if we go to Chamartín, if we go to Chamberí, Atocha or something like that, we could be paying way less. Right now, we are still figuring out where to live in Spain, and we don't want to commit to buying furniture, and we also wanted to get a good taste of Europe the first years living here to see if this is what we want. We'll see where we're going to end up. But for now, this is what we have. If you have questions, comments, consultations, suggestions, whatever it may be, please leave them down below in the comments, and please subscribe to my channel because I'm trying to grow and I'm trying to share with everyone how it's like to live in Europe as a family. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you very soon in another video.